Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me today for this very brief video in which I'll be really talking about and outlining my upcoming autumn retreat, which I'm offering online. This will be a retreat into loving kindness. The title is Loving Kindness, Widening Our Circle of Care. So perhaps as this talk unfolds, we'll see why I've chosen that title. So the retreat runs from October 5th to November 27th, 2022. And all of the information is on my website, suchsweetthunder.org. If you want to follow along reading the website while watching this video, you're welcome to do that. So I'll just talk through a few slides that I have prepared. So the retreat is offered in two sections, and the reason for that is to cater for different time zones. And so section one is really designed to cater to people in North America, and also for the mornings in Asia. So North America would be evenings, Asia would be mornings, and afternoon in Australia and New Zealand. So section one, Wednesdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Sundays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's again on the East Coast of America. So if you're in Thailand like I am, that's 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Wednesdays and Sundays. Section two is being offered to cater to people in Europe. So we're running Thursdays and Mondays from 10 a.m. to noon. For those people in France and that time zone, Western Europe time zone. So if you're in Thailand, that would be 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. here in Thailand, Mondays and Thursdays, like that. So a little bit of the practice of loving kindness, at least the way I offered it, the way I was taught, and how I will be inviting people to engage in these practices throughout the 8-week course. Now, there's many practices of loving kindness that I've learned both in the Theravada tradition of Buddhism, the Mahayana tradition of Buddhism, also Vedanta Hinduism, and contemplative Christianity as well. And I'm sure many other of the world's great traditions have practices around kindness. So one of the practices that we'll be exploring throughout the entire 8 weeks is this practice of offering phrases of loving kindness, first to our own heart, and then we expand out, widening our circle of care to include others. So I'll just talk through the phrases very quickly. We're not going to do a full guided meditation here today, but perhaps while I'm talking through these phrases, you might wonder, well, what would it be like to contemplate these phrases, in quite a deep way for 8 weeks? And, what might that experience look like for you? May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live a life of peace without struggle. May I open to things just as they are. May I experience the world opening to me just as I am. May I welcome whatever arises. And so, as I mentioned, we will get really, really intimate with these phrases over the 8-week program. We'll be spending quite a bit of time offering these to our own heart and then to the hearts of others as well. Now, as I mentioned too, there are many other practices that we will be engaging in, but this is one practice that we'll do throughout the entire course. So as I mentioned, we do widen that circle of care out. So the way the course is structured, we do 4 weeks of loving kindness for ourselves, and then 1 week for loving kindness for loved ones, another week for neutral people, another week for people who we find challenging, and then the final week we spend cultivating loving kindness for the entire world. So there are many great benefits to doing a practice like this. It really deepens our sense of resilience and strength. It can be really grounding, particularly in challenging times. We tend to move through those challenges in a more easeful way. We could start to cultivate a greater expansive care and compassion, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. We leave the course, the 8-week course, with a deep understanding of loving kindness practice, a practice that we can take with us for our entire life. It greatly reduces our levels of stress. There's lots of science around this now. It reduces our potential for heart attack and stroke. It increases our immune system. And really, it enhances and deepens our experience of joy. And those are just a few of the many, many benefits you might experience signing up for an 8-week loving kindness program. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the neurology and the practices around cultivating neuroplasticity and how that relates to loving kindness. Because quite often people will practice loving kindness and they'll have a nice meditation, but after some time they still don't feel that much kinder to themselves or to others. And so in that case, the meditations have become passing states, right? So nice to experience that. It comes, it arises, and it dissolves. It's a passing state. So in this practice, we begin to get the passing states to permanent traits. And we do this by, again, accessing neuroplasticity. So I studied and became certified in neuroplasticity under Dr. Rick Hansen. And these practices, in combination with the practices of loving kindness, really increase the likelihood of those passing states of loving kindness to become permanent traits of loving kindness. So we actually start to embody these teachings and to live in a kinder, a more loving way. And as a result of that, we start to inhabit a kinder and more loving world. So the bottom line, Loving Kindness, Widening Our Circle of Care online meditation retreat. It runs from October 5th to November 27th. Please do check those dates and double check the dates, because I'm operating with several different time zones. Some days are, in some areas of the world, it would be October 6th. In some areas, it would be October 4th, so forth. So double check your time zone against the listing on the website. 8 p.m. on Wednesdays and Sundays, Wednesday and Sunday evenings, East Coast time. That's section 1, section 2, 10 a.m. to noon, Mondays and Thursdays, Western Europe, particularly France time. You can attend as many of the live sessions or as few as you wish. In fact, some people do the whole course at their own pace. You're welcome to do that. I do strongly encourage doing at least some of the live sessions, because the community aspect of these programs is really, really quite important, quite strong. That being said, if you want to do the whole course at your own pace, you're welcome to do that. There will be a Facebook community page, and sometimes I have people do the whole course in their own pace, and they access the Facebook community page and they take part in that way as well. So you'd be welcome to do that, however and whatever you're comfortable with. Everything that I teach, this course and all the other courses, all the other one-on-one sessions, everything that I do, I offer within a trauma-informed environment. And I was certified in trauma-sensitive mindfulness, advanced trauma-sensitive mindfulness with Dr. David Trelevin, and really took those teachings on board. So I'm quite passionate about creating a safe space in which everyone feels honored, everyone feels comfortable in sharing as much as possible, although sharing's not your thing, that's also fine. In addition to that, everything I offer is in a secular voice. Although my training, the bulk of my training is in the Buddhist tradition. I've trained very deeply in Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism. Also trained in Vedanta Hinduism and contemplative Christianity, just a little bit. So my comfort zone is Buddhism. But I try to take the teachings that I offer and really distill them so that there's no religion influenced in there, so that we can all receive these teachings equally, regardless of our belief structure, regardless of whatever religion we choose to practice. So I think that's all I have to say. I hope to see you all on the retreat, and I'll ring the bell to close us out. Thank you. Thank you.